I thought it was very interesting in the play how there were various LGBT characters who had moments to speak about various LGBTQ topics that were plaguing the community. Two values in the play would be acceptance for sexual identity and faith. So for the first one, it would be the fact that many of the LGBT characters in the play would be either out and proud or would still be in the closet and would be uncomfortable to share. The other would be faith, more specifically like the relationship with God. And this would apply to the religious characters in the play, especially in Act 1, the Word. Religious leaders' attitudes towards Matthew Shepard's death are more, they're brought to question on how each individual will let their faith take over their sense of morals. In Act 1 on page 489, Jedediah says, "We've become Waco, where a noun, a definition, a sign." This was a little confusing to me, but after I did some research, I learned that in 1993 in Waco, Texas, there was a siege to infiltrate David Koresh's religious cult, and since then, that's what the city has been known for. And so, going back to the play after Matthew Shepard's murder, that's what Jedediah was referencing to, because after his murder, that's kind of like what the town is being known for now, the town of Laramie. Laramie is depicted as a small, close-knit town with its traditional Christian community, and on the outside, there's a lack of diversity. There's a difference between acceptance and tolerance. Like when Father Roger Smith wanted to hold a vigil for Stephen to honor his death and who he was. On the other hand, there's people like Doug Laws, who believes in like boundaries set forth by God and won't impede on others' decisions as long as they don't harm his beliefs, or as long as like they're not really doing it around him. It's kind of like one of those things. But he will still let them be who they are. It's just more so like be who you are, but do it like at a distance. So three examples of elements that set this play apart from intimate apparel are like the play has like small scenes with its own individual story, and it goes back and forth location wise around different areas of Laramie depending on the character, and sometimes it will go back in time to reveal a character's past and then like shoot toward the future or present to make connections. This allows for the audience to really get an in-depth look at each character and who they really are and how they're perceived by others. Sometimes like it will allow us to make inferences on like an upcoming like major plot, like a plot moment before like it even like happens. And two questions that I definitely wanted to ask would be like, will Jonas like Slonaker get the legislation involved in being more LGBT friendly? And then my last question would be like, I wonder how exactly will the community itself begin to show more acceptance to its already LGBT population in Laramie?